Grade 12, this is the paper 2 of 2014, the question 1 about the ogive. Now remember that an ogive is a cumulative frequency graph, and cumulative frequencies originally come from a frequency table, and I have just copied here an example from another textbook where you can see the frequency table consisting out of intervals and a frequency, a certain number of items appearing in that interval. Then the cumulative frequency you got from adding these up, so 0 plus 2 is 2, 2 plus 6 is 8, 2 plus 6 plus 7 is 15, and so on. So you always just keep on adding from the start, and the final number here must be the total number of data points in your spread of data. Then the points that you're going to plot on your cumulative frequency graph or your ogive comes from the top of your interval and the cumulative frequency. So it's the 0.10 naught, it's the 0.22, 38. So that is then where your cumulative frequency will appear in the graph. Therefore, we then look at this question. The first question says, how many staff members were there? Now you always get that from your cumulative frequency, 18, the total, and that was 16. Like we had in the previous example, there were 120 learners, and the last point was the point 100, 120. So that gave us the top of my cumulative frequency axis will be the number of data points. Therefore, that one is 16. Determine the semi-interquartile range. Now, semi-interquartile range you will find from working it out from your axis here. Right, so the median will be found by looking at the middle of my spread of 16 values, so that will be between 8 and 9. So if you then go towards the ogive and down, you get to the number of about 26. Right, so that will be your median. Then we need to get Q3, the quartiles, the Q3 and Q1. So the median was found there. Then the Q3 will be found between because that's on between 8 and 9. So from 9 up to 16, you've got 8 values. So your next one will be found between the 12th and 13th value, so that will be here. And if you then go down, you get to about 31, and the next value is your Q1, will be found between value 4 and 5, and you go here and you get to about 18.5. Now these values will never be exact. You will have to take the best guess. Then you will calculate your semi-interquartile range. So I will do that here. The semi-interquartile range will be 31 minus 18.5 over 2. So that's your interquartile range, and this is your semi-interquartile range where you divide by 2, and you will then get 6,25. So any value around 6 should be accepted since you don't have exact values. Then draw a box and whisker diagram for the data. Now box and whisker plots are very important. They're easy to draw, but you need to do it properly. So you will always start with a line, and you will divide your line up from say 10 to 40. So let's work in 2 centimeter, 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30, 40, and then you need to indicate and now you can start with your box. So your minimum value is a value of 10, and your Q1 is 18.5 to 19, and that will be a value here. So your whisker will go up to there, your box will start there, and it will end by 31. So there's your box. Your median was found by around 25, so you need to indicate these values that was 18.5, and that was 31, and your whisker goes up to 40. Right, and then you write it on minimum, Q1, Q2, Q3, and your max. Remember your 5-number summary, that will also come out of this. And then 1.4, the question is about whether the distribution, or you need to comment on the distribution of data using your results in question 1.3. Now you can clearly see that it is a symmetrical distribution, so it's evenly distributed or symmetrical. Thank you.